On today's episode of Tasha's Sewing Tutorials, we will be talking about what to do with our leftover scraps. Okay, let's get started. So today we have some scraps from a denim or jeans reconstruction that I did recently for my kids, and some scraps from the strawberry shortcake hat, more strawberry shortcake hat, the Wow Wow Wubsy dress, and a couple of other projects that I did. And we're going to be making some items from the scraps for my daughter's kitchen. So we're going to be making pot holder and a I'm sorry, not a pot holder, we're going to be making two placemats and a table runner. And what we're going to be using is the string piecing method. And when you use the string piecing, if you've ever did quilting, you know what the string piecing method is. But if not, I'm going to show you anyway. You don't exactly need all your strips of fabric to be the same. They can be any size, any shape. All you have to do is have one straight edge. If you have one straight edge on one side of the fabric, you're good. So what I actually did was I had some odd shaped scraps like this, and I just snipped one side, and then I tore it down in half, and then the side where you tear it at automatically gives you a straight edge. So I'm going to do it again, show you one more time. I snipped one piece, doesn't really matter how wide it is for this, and there you go. You just have to have a piece wide enough to take a seam. So that's really skinny. I'm going to do one more time. Snip it and then tear it. There you go. And the next thing you're going to do is sew. And the way this works is you take your piece of fabric and you're going to, actually you can do it this way. You're going to lay it right here on the edge and you sew along this line. Then you take the next strip of fabric. Okay, you can't exactly tell the wrong side from that one, so I'm going to get another piece. You're going to take the next strip of fabric, you put the two right sides together like this. I'm going to sew down this end, and then I'm going to fold it over, and that's the next line. And we're going to do that, so on and so forth. Now if you get, let's say you get two pieces of fabric where one is short, too short for the project. So what you're going to do is you're going to sew this one down, and then you'll have to extend that, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold the next one to close off the raw edge. Put it right here. Sew across that raw edge. Sew down here. And then you come with the next piece. Sew and flip. Okay, I'm going to actually sew it so I can show you guys what it looks like in action. So let me get my handy dandy sewing machine out, and we're going to do the we'll do the table runner, and I'll show you what it looks like in the process of doing it, and then I'll show you both of the finished products, and we'll be back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do like I said and just sew the first piece down, and I'm going to do that now. And I'll show you what to do next. You just do a regular stitch like you would a regular straight stitch. I'm going to line up the edge of my fabric with the edge of my presser foot. So that would be about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And when I get here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. And then we're gonna go ahead, and lay down the next strip. We're gonna put the right sides together, and I'm going to just sew right here. Sew the next strip on. And here we go. Now, if you have your iron together, the next thing you're going to do is you can either finger press that, or you can iron it down right now, however you choose to do it. And right there, it looks like I have a gap, so I'm going to fill that gap. And the way I would fill that gap is not to get the gap in the first place, but if you do get the gap, the easiest way, well actually no, my binding can go over that. It's not that bad. So then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the next strip, and I'm going to lay it here, and I'm going to sew that on just like that. Actually, I ran out of the bobbin, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over and show you what it would look like, the next piece. And then I'm going to, it would actually look like this. And then you would finger press that or iron that down and come on back. You're gonna trim that off, or you can trim them off at the end, it doesn't really matter. Then you just come back with the next piece, and you keep going until you fill up whatever you're using as the base of your placemat, or in this case a doll size table runner. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the project, and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. Well, actually I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, now I'm back with the completed project. This is what the string piecing looks like. You can see every individual piece of fabric that I used. Actually, this fabric, and that, they're all the same fabric. It's just that the way the pattern was printed that it came out different colors. But anyway, this is what it looks like completed. The last thing that the string piecing completed, the last thing that I have to do is put it back on it. Now, I have two options on how I want to finish this off. I could just turn it over like this, put right sides together like this, sew all the way around, and then flip it inside out, and all of my edges will be done and I could be completed. Or I could sew it like this with the wrong sides facing, and then put a bias tape finishing all the way around the edge, and I could be finished. So what I think I'm gonna do actually is show you guys both ways. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, the table runner, the doll size table runner, with the method to where you're going to sew it with the right sides together and flip it inside out, and then I'll do the placemats with the bias tape that I'm going to actually make. I'm going to make some bias tape out of this fabric right here, and I'll show you what to do next. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I finished with the doll size placemat. This is the front. Has scraps on it. This is the back, and I used a bias tape in order to edge it. And this is my mitered corner, the best one that I put on there. Actually, I need to practice that some more. I haven't done that in about 4 years. But that is the string piece placemat. This is the string pieced table runner, and that is the back. This is the front, and this is the part where I turned it. And now all I have to do is fold that in and iron it down and hand stitch that closed, and they'll be done. So there you have it. And actually you can make pot holders like this too, but what I would do for the filling is I would put either some 100% cotton batting on the inside, or I would put some flannel on the inside, or maybe some toweling on the inside. So what you would do, you would string piece the top the same way we did these two, and you would put the batting or whatever filling you're going to put in the middle, and then you put the back on, sew it all together, and then you put your bias tape around it. If you would like to see a tutorial on how to do that, I will do one in a future video. Just go ahead and put the comments in the comment section that you would like to see that pot holder video, and I'll do that on another video concerning what to do with our scraps, because this is going to be another series of videos. So as usual, I would like to say happy sewing. On today's episode of Tasha's Sewing Tutorials, we will be talking about what we could do with the cut.